Hi YouTube and welcome back. Another huge content drop from EA on Friday, as we have the new Grudge Match event, highlighted by MSPs like Nick Suzuki, Jeremy Swayman, Tim Stutzel, Matthew Nice, Miro Heiskanen, and of course, Cale Makar. Before I go and look at any of the cards, I just want to say, it just feels like we already seen all these players. And again, I know they are the community favorites, but there definitely should be different players they can choose. But that's not all. EA also released the 90 overall icons, and I have to say, holy cow, how expensive they will be to make for majority of the player base. But at least we are finally seeing some female icons also being released, because one of them will be Kimi Granato, Hayley Wickenheiser, and then we probably have one of the best defensemen currently in the game, Dion Phaneuf, together with Patrice Bergeron, who is finally back in NHL video game, and yes, you can also get his 86 overall icon for free in the store, and we will talk about that in a minute. And yes, New York Rangers are also getting some love because we finally get Mark Messier. Everyone who looks into the game probably would say, you know what, the cards are great, but like, come on, the cost of everything is just going up every single time I blink. There is not even enough time for you to save something to make an MSP, as far as you're not grinding every single chore or spending money. But let's start with Miro Heiskanen, left-handed defenseman from Dallas Stars. At 6'2", 197, rocket and also stick him up. 91 speed and acceleration, 89 endurance, 90 agility and 86 balance. The wrist shot accuracy only 85, but the wrist shot power 90. Slap shot power will be 92 and slap shot accuracy 82. His digging is 91, defensive awareness 92, and in general, not a bad card. But if you look at, let's say, his captain's card at 85, 92 speed, only 87 acceleration, so don't worry if you cannot make an MSP, because his captain's card is still really usable. Leafs fans once again are getting some love because Matthew Nice with Sparkplug and also Unstoppable, only 88 endurance and speed, 93 balance and 89 acceleration and agility. His shooting stats are quite decent because 93 wrist shot power and 93 slap shot power, 89 slap shot accuracy and wrist shot accuracy, 89 deking and 90 passing, 91 body checking, but only 87 defensive awareness. The next one is one of the best defensemen in the game every single year, Cale Makar with Warrior and also Send It. Don't really understand why they are giving him Warrior and also Send It, but nonetheless, 92 acceleration and speed, 86 endurance, 85 balance, like yikes. But then his agility will be 95. The slapshot accuracy and wrist shot accuracy is above 85, but the slapshot power and wrist shot power is 89. He does have 94 deking, 91 defensive awareness and 82 body checking. Once again, yikes. The guy probably cannot hit, but again, it's NHL video game, you can pretty much hit with any player you want. Same as Miro Heiskanen, also Cale Makar have a cheaper option, who is still very much usable. His 86 rookie card, with elite edges and quick release. No need to say that his X factors on a rookie card is much better in my opinion. Still 91 acceleration and speed, 92 agility, the balance is only 82 and endurance 83. I'm using this card from day 1 in season 2, and I don't really notice any downside. Yes, the shooting stats are not really good, but still 91 deking, 79 body checking, which is really ridiculous, and 88 defensive awareness. So once again, if you cannot make the MSP straight away, or you're, let's say, not grinding every single day, this is still a really good alternative if you want to use Cale Makar. The next one will be Tim Stutzel from Ottawa Senators and also Germany with Unstoppable and Big Tipper. I really like his X factors for whatever reason, I just don't know. I want to see more cards with Big Tipper. Also, this card will be probably the MSP everyone will be making, because at the end of today's video, I'll go through the best lineup combinations you can have in NHL 26 at this point. And I also will show you a lot of budget options if you're not hot rich, for example. So make sure you watch the video till the end. But yes, Tim Stutzel will probably be the MSP a lot of people will be making, because with the lineup combinations EA released yesterday, you can get this card up by +4. So that would mean 96 speed, 95 acceleration, the shooting, the hands, everything would be insane. But if you are not chasing lineup combinations, the card is still great. Yes, I probably would still use him on the wing because only 86 face-off stats, but if you can get that +4 boost, that would be 90. And then the best card on a paper is Nick Suzuki, because 92 speed, 94 acceleration, agility, 87 balance and 88 endurance. Shooting and hands really good because 94 deking. If you look at his face-off stats, 94. You don't really need any boost to use this card. And once again, it shows that EA absolutely love Montreal Canadian fans, because every single week they are getting a really sick card. His X factors will be backhand beauty and ankle breaker. I would love to see a quick draw, but I guess it is what it is. And then the goalkeeper from this week will be Jeremy Swayman with dialed in and also showstopper. goalkeeper. 92 speed, 81 aggression. He's 6'3", 195, and I know a lot of people used his Beast Mode card and actually said that he's good. I don't know how his MSP plays, of course, but if you're a fan of Boston Bruins, then this on a paper also looks like a decent goalkeeper. I'll not go through all the other cards released from the Grudge Match event because most of the time they are the team items or just the cards you need to make one of the MSPs, but I just want to highlight this Martin Niches. Really sick card. His cards are always insane because 92 speed and acceleration, 91 agility, 89 endurance, shooting hands really good, and he does have a quick pick and also a quick release. Really love to see then forwards are getting quick pick as an X factor because I just think it's really helpful with the state how the gameplay is currently. So yes, this card is definitely someone I would love to add to my team. Of course, we also have Lars Eller, even more Boston Bruins players, same about Morgan Riley from Toronto Maple Leafs. So if you look at the cards and the teams the players are being released from, it just feels like every single event we see the same teams. We have the Washington Capitals, Boston Bruins, Colorado Avalanche, Ottawa Senators, Maple Leafs, and yada yada yada. The only thing I don't like is then they are recycling the players because you see the same players getting cards. Logan Thompson as a Capitals goalkeeper, Morgan Riley, both of these cards had the Fresh Ice event MSPs, and I have no idea why they are doing this. But to get one of the MSPs, of course, you'll need to grind chores. And as you play one game, you will get a B&D player at 84 overall, and it will be one of these 3 options. I can tell you, then a lot of people in the community will pray then they are pulling this Justin, I cannot pronounce your surname. And yes, the stats may not look the best, but this card is key if you want to activate that +4 overall boost. And that's also the reason why he's currently going for quite a lot in the auction house, compared to any other 84 overall cards. And as the overalls went up, the requirement for the sets also went up. Now you need to trade in 3 86 to 87 event players and 2 86 to 87 base items or items from any previous events. Once again, I don't understand why they are increasing the overalls and the requirement for the sets every other week. Last week we needed 85s, now we already need 86. How the hell do we keep up with these content drops? And same thing about the 84 overall Grudge Match players, because now you need to trade in 82 to 83, so 81s are no longer needed, so the best use for them probably at this point would be the Team of the Week sets. So yes, trade in 3 82 to 83 so you get 184. That's also where you can try your luck to pull that Dallas Stars player, and then you exchange your 84s for an 86. So once you get yourself that B&D player, you have to go and complete the objectives. If you complete all of them, you get a free 86, so basically the event is copy-paste, as we see in every other event this year. The only difference is the overall. You have to win 3 games, you get 1 collectible, 50 shots, another collectible, and it's any mode. Complete 25 games and you get 4 collectibles, score 20 goals and you get 4 collectibles, get 30 assists, you get 4 collectibles, and then this is probably the first time I'm seeing multiple options where it says score one-timer goals, get hip checks, or make goalie saves with any Grudge Match player in any mode. And you have to do that 15 times, so I probably would suggest everyone completes this in a wild card, but yes, you would get another collectible, then take 15 slap shots and you get 4 collectibles, and yes, if you complete a game, you get that 184 B&D player. We also have the bonus objectives if you want to get, let's say, additional advent tickets, and these ones will require you to probably be lucky with some of your Grudge Match players because you will need to use specific players from specific teams. Also, these are not guaranteed packs because I know a lot of people just got some players, I think, but I was thinking then every single pack will give you a random ticket. Apparently that's not the case. Now let's talk about the icons. First things first, if you open the game and you still didn't went and claim your free 86 overall Patrice Bergeron, you have to go to the store, scroll over to the icon tab, and you will see there is a free pack for everyone. You can use that Patrice Bergeron in your team, and you can also activate that +4 overall boost, so that means his faces would go up all the way to the 90, his speed would not be the best but also not the worst, but outside of that +4 overall boost, that card in my opinion is not usable, but it will help you if you want to make his 90 overall icon, because wow, this card is insane. Elite quick release and also quick draw. Finally we are getting quick draw X factors, 94 face-off stats, probably one of the best centers in the game. Patrice Bergeron is always one of the best centers, so I'm really happy to see him back in the game. The only issue is then pretty much no one will be able to get him. If we ignore the fact that he's super expensive, and we will look at the sets in a minute, 92 speed and acceleration, 90 endurance and also agility, and 89 balance. Wrist shot accuracy and power, 91. Same about the slapshot power. Slapshot accuracy will be 89. He does have 90 deking, 94 defensive awareness, 88 body checking. This card is definitely way better than, let's say, Wayne Gretzky. As someone who likes to use female cards, I love to see then Camille Granato is also getting an icon. You can use her in a a center position if you activate, let's say, some of the overall boosts, but without that, she does have 89 face-off stats. Also elite, quick release, and wheels. She will be super fun to use for anyone if they will ever be able to get her. 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 93 agility, and 91 balance. Endurance also is 89. The wrist shot accuracy and power, 92. Same about the slapshot power, and slapshot accuracy will be 90. 95 deking, 92 defensive awareness, 86 body checking, but I was not expecting to see it higher. When it comes to the New York Rangers captain, Mark Messier, elite big rig and also quick draw. 90 speed and endurance, 88 acceleration, 89 agility, and 93 balance. His wrist shot accuracy 93, wrist shot power 91, slapshot power also 91, and slapshot accuracy 90. So the shooting stats are pretty much the same for every single icon, around 90 or 91. He does only have 86 deking stats. Offensive awareness will be 94, which is really good. 92 defensive awareness, 90 body checking. I remember his Gallery of Greats card last year, and he was one of my favorites. If I would be able to make it, I definitely would love to use him on my team, and probably eventually I will get him for my New York Rangers team, but at the moment, there are just way too many cards and not enough rewards. No need to say then this Calgary Flames left-handed defenseman is the best defenseman in the game, because elite truculence and also all-star rocket. 91 endurance and speed and balance, 92 acceleration, and 89 agility. Wrist shot power 93, wrist shot accuracy 89. Same about the slapshot accuracy and slapshot power. 93 body checking and 93 defensive awareness. If you can only make one, I really think then you should be making him, just because how impactful this card will be. And then we have another right-handed winger, Haley Wickensheiser, with elite edges, and also quick release. 91 acceleration, agility, and speed, 90 balance, and 92 endurance. Again, the shooting stats are good, hand stats are good, body checking only 85, but it's really realistic. She's only 5'10", and actually for a female player that's quite good, but she does have 93 offensive awareness and 92 defensive awareness, so once again, would love to use this card. The only issue is you cannot get it. As to make 90 overall icon, you need 587 overall icons. Like, what the hell? Like, where do we get these cards from? Like, come on. Again, I have no issues with how the cards look like. The stats, I think they are the best cards in the game, and they definitely use the attributes. But like 587s, you cannot even use your Wayne Gretzky if, let's say, you made him from the first drop of the icons in Season 2. But we do have still 27 days if we want to make Patrice Bergeron with a discount. So you can trade in his 86, and that will count as 187. And then it means you only would need 4, and I know I'm saying only, it's still a lot. But let's say you already have that Lindros card, you could trade him in, because you can after just make him again whenever you want, or whenever you have enough to make him, and that means you would need 387s to get this Patrice Bergeron. So again, if you're thinking about making one icon, I highly suggest you try and get this set done before it runs out. But let's say you want to do that Patrice Bergeron set, you would need 186 and 384 to 85 NHL alumni cards for 187. You can snipe some of these 84s for around 35 to 37k. So let's say you're lucky and you get them for 35k. Just to fill these spots would cost you 105,000 coins, and the cheapest 86 overall icon is going for 138,000 coins. So yes, 187 would cost you around 243,000 coins if you want to make it from scratch. And that also would mean you are not trading in any of your 86 overall icons, and I know at this point in the game, for people who are playing from day one, they probably have around 2 to 3 already. But even if I would still want to trade in my free Patrice Bergeron, then Eric Lindros, and make the remaining 387s, this set would cost me around 730k. So yes, these icons are expensive. Obviously there are much cheaper ways of making them, because like I said, some of us already have the 86s, so you don't really need to go and buy them. You can just use the ones you have and then slowly make them again if you want, as 83 overall NHL alumni cards are currently going for around 24,000 coins. So instead of buying the 86, you can just go and make it, and you would save yourself around 18,000 coins if you would do the sets this way. We do not have any moments where you can get the NHL alumni cards, but we do have the event moments, where if you complete them all, you would walk away with 184. So who knows, maybe you also can pull that Dallas Stars player from the moments. Wildcard this week will be the money pack, so at least that should take us less time to complete it. And if you complete it all and get to the tier 12, as always, you will get plenty of collectibles, and also at the end you will get a ticket chance pack. Again, not guaranteed, but there is a chance you get a ticket, bronze, silver, or gold. Before we go and look at the best team and the best budget team you can build in Season 2 currently, I just want to share my 5 cents about the icons. I don't think even the team builders in the prior years were this expensive. I'm not expecting expecting the best cards in the game to be cheap, but I'm expecting EA to give us enough rewards, maybe even by wildcard or some random objectives or moments, where we at least have a chance in around 2 to 3 weeks making one of these cards. If you have no money spent, you don't grind the auction house, and you cannot play every single week to grind every single objective moment and stuff like that, you will not be able to acquire any of these icons, and that sucks. Because in the end of the day, Ultimate Team is about using the favorite players, and let's say if Marc Messier or Patrice Bergeron is your favorite cards, you will need to stick to his 86 overall icon. And because EA released these new lineup combinations yesterday with the new icons and the Grudge Match event players, now let's talk about the best team you can put together if you have unlimited coins. And the team I managed to put together would cost you 161 million. Also, we would use Cam Fowler as our captain, because we need as many AP points as we can get, because all these cool new cards have really interesting X factors we want to activate. So for the first line, if you use the 90 overall Patrice Bergeron with Tim Stutzel and also this Justin, I cannot pronounce your name, you will get +4 overall boost. You can use still his 86, and that will be in my budget line, but this currently is the best line you can put together, in my opinion. Defensively, if you pair up Start of the Month Adam Fox with Icon from Calgary Flames, you would also get +4 overall boost and 10 million in the salary. You can also use some cheaper options instead of this 90 overall icon, and once again I will cover that in my budget beast lineup video, but if you have unlimited coins, this would probably be the best first forward line and also the best first defensive pair. The only issue is Adam Fox will be really difficult to get. The 88 overall Start of the Month set, it will not be a choice pack, so you can end up not pulling him, and that really sucks. Because another option is this Brendan Hegel. No need to say, a really great card, but at this point everyone wants Adam Fox. But let's say you do pull him. If you pair him up with, let's say, Tage Thompson and also Mike Gardner, you would get +2 overall boost. And I know a lot of people are pretty much running similar line, but instead of this card they're using Nikita Kucherov and also Dylan Larkin. The reason I'm using Tage Thompson is because I will need Dylan Larkin for another lineup combination. But yes, there is a lot of speed and also there is size, so in my opinion this would be a really fun line to try out. And yes, he only would have 87 face-off stats, but if you have a good ping, that should not really affect you that much. Defensively, I still think that any Cale Makar and Paul Coffey need to be on your team, because Paul Coffey is the best defenseman and the best card I use all year long so far. And then yes, you can use the rookie Cale Makar or you can use his MSP. You would get +1 in the overall boost, and in general this would be a really fast and fun defensive pair to use. For my third line, I went with salary, so I decided to use Connor Bedard with JT Comfort. I know you still cannot get him for free, but by the end of next week everyone can pick this card, and at the moment he's the one with the most lineup combinations because he's American and also from Detroit Red Wings. And also a lot of people made Jagr, so I wanted to make sure that the cards you're making you're actually using. So this line don't really need any lineup boosts because Connor Bedard's shot is just insane. JT Comfort with quick draw would help you to win some faceoffs, and Jagr in general is just great. This would give me 7 million. Defensively, I also went with 2 left-handed defensemen because all these cards require a lot of salary. So I went with Cam Fowler and Chris Progner. +1 overall boost and 23 million. Is this the best defensive pair? Probably not, but like I said, some of these 90 overall icons or even the new MSPs require 10 million. So where do you get the salary? And that's why you need to use some of these players just so you can use those higher overall cards. And then my fourth line, I went with all Detroit Red Wings players. I know it says then you can get 7 million there and 7 million there. There is a lot of options. You could probably use someone different here, but again, you cannot really skip this lineup combination for 3 Detroit Red Wings players for 12 AP. And I think Alex DeBrincat, Dylan Larkin and also Patrick Kane would be a really good fit. If you don't want to use this line, you can use any other line. For example, you have 3 fantasy cards. That would even be better. You could move this line up, for example, and then use your 4th line as the fantasy players, which would give you 20 million. The reason I didn't want to put the fantasy cards is that not everyone have 3 forwards, and I just don't think it's fair to use them. And then in the net, Kevin Lankinen with Lucas Dostal, 21 million. Also heard a lot of good feedback about this Kevin Lankinen card. Apparently he's insane. So yes, the first 2 forward and defensive lines are really, really good. And then for your 3rd and 4th, you can basically use whoever you have. You need to make sure that one of them gives you salary and one of them gives you as many AP as you can get. Now let's talk about the best lineup combinations if you don't have a lot of resources, but you are still playing the game every single day. And I will include some of the MSPs from this event as well, because you technically can get one MSP MSP each week, so it's not like I'm suggesting you to use cards you cannot get. So the first line will basically be the same. The only change will be that you are using 86 overall Patrice Bergeron, who would have 90 face-off stats with +4 overall boost, 88 speed, so really not the worst card. Then you can try to do the set or do the moments and stuff like that to get his 84 overall Grudge Match player card. So again, technically it's buildable. And then of course, Tim Stutzel. If you complete every single chore this week, you can get this card for free. For my second line, I went with Eric Lindros because a lot of people have him already, or you can use any icon you want. Rupe Hintz because he has speed, and I know both of these players are left-handed, but you finally can also use Leon Draisaitl. This line would give you +2 overall boost. And again, the reason I'm choosing these players because I know a lot of people have them in their collections. Like Leon Draisaitl is finally usable again, Eric Lindros or any other icon you want to use, and then this Rupe Hintz is just cheap. But because he have 94 acceleration now and 92 speed, he would definitely play over his stats. Defensively, again, you can make Cale Makar, and a lot of people already have Paul Coffey. So this would be my first defensive pair with +1 overall boost. My second defensive pair would be a cheaper icon from Calgary Flames with the New York Rangers defenseman. So this one would give you +2 in the overall, also would save you some salary. In all fairness, you can use any New York Rangers defenseman. If you already have, let's say, Marquise Adam Fox, you can use him. I think Brendan Schneider from the Shell Weeks is also usable. But the reason I picked Gavrikov is just because he's one of the cheapest ones in the auction house. My third line will be Dylan Larkin, Nikita Kucherov, and Gardner. All of them are buildable, and a lot of people already have them. +2 in the overall, also really good line, so you would not feel like you are at disadvantage. And then as my third defensive pair, I would still go with Chicago Blackhawks defensemen from the prior event because you would get 10 AP and also 16 million in the salary. And then once again, I went with 3 Red Wings players because I really think that everyone needs to use this line because 2 of these players are basically free if you pick them. I know a lot of people picked the Chicago Blackhawks or even New York Rangers one like myself, but if you don't have the Patrick Kane, you could just pick another one. You can maybe use Larkin on the same line, so there is a lot of options. The reason I'm just showing all this is because I think having as many AP as you can, so you can activate, let's say, the elite X factors will massively help. As we are now getting already the +4 overall boost, I'm expecting to see +5, +6, +7, and yada yada. You can still build a competitive team even with players you have, but it does really suck that you cannot participate in the latest events if you're not hot rich. So the format EA have currently in the game is that they are milking us every single event. I do expect that we will see the World Junior event probably next, and then around mid or end of January we will see the Team of the Year. I have no interest in participating in Team of the Year, so I will just save so I can get this Patrice Bergeron 90 overall icon because he does have a discount and I really like his card. I also did try the start of the month set and unfortunately I was not lucky. I did not pull Adam Fox, so that really sucks. And now once again, I am poor and I need to grind every single objective to make 1 MSP from week 1, and then I will see who is getting a card in week 2. So that will do for today's video. Let me know down in the comment sections below. What do you think about the content released yesterday? Also, did you made any of the new icons? If not, what do you think about the cost? I'm really interested to see what the community think about content being released every single week. The cards are great. The content in general is much better than it was in, let's say, NHL 25. But the issue is that in NHL 25, we at least could participate in the events, where in NHL 26 we cannot. But if you did enjoy today's video, please make sure you like and subscribe. It's absolutely free, it would help me a ton and also would make me smile. Thank you for watching, have a good one and see you on the ice.